Yeah, so what is happy? What is this word happy and what does it mean? And am I happy? Am I unhappy? These are things I've been thinking about recently. Um, yeah, like the last, particularly the last month, thinking about my life for the past 8 months. And many of you know I've taken on this job and I'm getting out in the world, and the job is full of drama. And it's a great place to bring up all the other stuff that needs to be healed and all my programs of separation, all those childhood collective ancestral wounds coming up. It's been a beautiful thing. Not. Um, yeah, it's been so challenging, but the environment itself, it's really challenging. Yeah, the boss situation and just the extremely long work hours that have created so much exhaustion. And you can tell that I'm a little exhausted now. My voice is even reflecting that. Things are getting better, which is for another video. Um, but yeah, so I've been asking myself, like, what have I gotten myself into? Am I happy? I don't feel happy. Do I even know what happiness is? So, of course, well, at least right now I could say, yeah, I'm happy because my shirt says so. But I'm sure all of you know what it is to be happy. Is happy a beingness or a doingness? Yeah, I think we all think I have to be happy. It's like an emotional state. And I was like, how come I'm not happy? How come I'm not like happy? And I thought that doesn't feel like a natural way of being. So how can happy that doesn't it I don't know. It wasn't just like jiving. So I'm wondering, so that's what led me to think, what is happy? And when I don't understand a word, I gotta look at the numbers. So if you're new to this channel, new to me, um, yeah, I like to look at the numbers and the Hebrew meanings of the numbers, but it's a how I look at the numbers is a collaboration of all different kinds of meanings and systems that I bring together. But the foundation of these meanings comes from the Hebrew alphabet. And I use a system that calculates, it's a soul contract system, calculates the words and gives them numbers. And so far, all the numbers have made sense. And it is absolutely true with this word happy. The numbers are perfect and they're going to confirm everything that you know. So, what do I want to say about this word happy before we look at the numbers? You're probably thinking ending this video would make me happy. Yeah. So, like, the answer to happy is kind of in the word itself. I mean, it is in the word itself, but in the pronunciation, happy. So, what does that tell you right there? It is the breath is involved. This happy. It's the exhale. So, what I can say is, and what I was telling myself was, oh, things that make things that I do that make me breathe better. I'm not sure I'm breathing very well here. Um, but that allow me to breathe naturally and deeply are things that are in alignment with this word happy. So not true for me at my job. Like I don't breathe and I end up doing, and the cook as well, these big like sighs, like, because we are run ragged, no breaks, not, I mean, and we are just miserable. And so the ego is constantly sighing. And boy, that was like, oh my gosh, no, this job does not align with this word happy. So that's a big clue. Whatever you're doing, check your breath. And the other part of this word happy, I mean, just P, creates a smile on your face. But then this letter P, two P's, by the way, um, represents in the Hebrew alphabet the mouth, the letter P, pay. And P, number 17, is all about our expression into society. Um, yeah, where was I going with that? Yeah, so if the bottom line, you could end this video right here, pretty much. If what you're doing allows you to breathe naturally, brings a smile to your face, and in some way you are expressing your inner happiness out into the world, that's what happy is. It's not kind of a state, it's kind of a doing and creating and seeking energy. That's what I know. That it is an energy. To me, the word happy represents the creative and seeking energy of everything in creation. It's God. It's God. So another word for God is happy. Yeah. Okay, I'm going off topic, aren't I? Let's just look at the numbers and get on with this video. Let's see. Am I going to share screen? Yes, I am. Okay, here we go. Hmm, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Let's stop share. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry about that. What do I want to share? I want to share this right there. Okay, so there you go. Here's the word happy. Move that. And you can see that the foundation is the Hebrew letter number 22. And then the second half is the 17, which we've already talked about. The 17 represents the mouth, and it is our expression into society. But what is this 22 all about? I'm going to stop share. Okay. And let's just talk about the number 22. The number 22, first of all, comes from, of course, the number two. And and the number two in the creation story of the Hebrew alphabet and the tree of life and how, God creates and all the numbers and stuff come through the tree of knowledge, the Hebrew tree, and at the bottom is creation. The number two is way up there, right? Um, what am I trying to say? Anyway, the number two represents in Genesis what God says, and God saw the light and it was good. And then the number 22, and God saw what he had created and it was very good, number 22. But the light of God, first of all, this is happy, I call it, it's the creation energy because it's an exhale, right? When the Big Bang happened, it's an exhalation of source, and it was light. And the light came down and created everything in manifestation. And God saw, number 22, God saw what he had created. It was very good because the 22 is a reflection of God, the light of God. And so I've just lost my train of thought. The foundation for happiness is whatever we create that reflects our inner light. Whatever we create and express out into the world that reflects our inner light. Now, that's a beautiful thing in itself. And we all know that. We all know that to be in alignment with this word happy, it's not a state of ha 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 ha. I mean, I guess when we are doing those things that are expressing our light, we we reflect happiness in our face. Um, but happy isn't just about creating and expressing. The 22 also represents, it's called ugliness to beauty. and it represents our continual growth and evolution of ourselves, whether that, depending on where you're at on your evolutionary journey, is that the development and the refinement of the personality self, trying to be a better you, or is it consciousness, or is it the path to enlightenment or awakening, whatever part, whatever level, layer that you're at, it's all about discovering and knowing thyself. That's the other half of this word happy. So we can do all the creative stuff and the artwork and whatever, but that ultimately will not doesn't fulfill this word happy, because happy is the seeking energy of the universe. If we didn't originally have, if God's source, I don't didn't have that impulse of seeking to know itself, it would never create a reflection of itself. So we have to incorporate that seeking to know thyself into what our expression of ourselves, right? And so it's continual working on ourselves. I know I've repeated that like 5 times. Um, what else do I want to say about the number 22? Yeah, it's called ugliness to beauty, of course. Are we asleep and unconscious and a sheeple in the world, or are we beginning to wake up and see the natural, not beauty, but starting to discover who we truly are? And true beauty is the awakening of consciousness to itself, right? That's a beautiful thing. And then consciousness expressing, like, source directly expressing itself through you. Then the 22 represents also a reciprocity. So it's a giving and a receiving energy. It's called the serving consciousness. So it's not just about, oh, I mean, the 22 at a certain point in your evolution, and this, now I'm going to mention something that you may not know anything about, but is directly related to the Star Pearl, the Gene Keys Star Pearl course, which is the serving consciousness of the 22 says, how can I serve and benefit the whole? Now, um, I've just lost my train of thought, but anyway, that's what the 22 is all about. How do I serve the whole? But it's not like, oh, I have to go out there and be altruistic and work, and do serving here and volunteering here. No, it's a serving consciousness because it benefits the whole, just in the fact that you're working on yourself, you're trying to discover who you are, you're healing your wounds. That serves the whole in itself. Um, I cannot believe I'm totally losing my train of thought. I think that means from the universe that it's probably time to end, to complete this cycle on this word happy. Um, yes, let me just look. I mean, I think you get the point. And oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Like, in this seeking energy, like, everyone's going to have that initial, let's see, different flavor or essence of this background, happy, creative seeking energy. And in reference to the Gene Keys, I have said this for many years, that the life's work sphere, the very first sphere on your Gene Keys profile, to me is the big seeking energy of your life. And it's the sphere that causes you to seek happiness, to try to discover yourself. And at the shadow level, we are trying to find happiness. Like, for example, I have addiction. So at that level, we're trying to find happiness, to know myself or to hide myself. blocking my own expression through food or whatever addictive tendencies, right? But my, oh, how do I want to say this? From the personality's perspective, because that life's work is the personality sun, the personality will think, at the gift level or even the city level, the this is the flavor of seeking and happiness I'm looking for. For me, it's innovation, creating something new. That's like what I'm trying to do here. What that's the personality is trying to find happiness in those things. And absolutely, the personality mind has always been seeking and finds happy in the silence, which is the citic level of that sphere. But that's at the personality level. So what I'm trying to say is like the life's work is that big seeking creative push to know yourself, and your flavor and your seeking energy will have a different flavor. Like everybody will have a different flavor. Mine is silent, seeking to create something, or at the shadow level trying to find it happy, my create in whatever addiction. But when you move through to find true happy is discovering the light within, which is your soul expression. And that can be found in the star pearl or really in the vocation or core wound sphere of the gene keys. And that's like your most inner light expression. That is your God reflection out into the world. And yeah, I think that's all I want to say about that. Are you happy that this video is ending? So that's happy. The foundation is 22. Happy is a seeking to know thyself energy and a seeking to create something that reflects the inner light and that we are expressing this out into society, the 22 and 17. And so following that roadmap, working on ourselves, expressing our inner light, yeah, is will is happy, but that journey will lead to bliss because the foundation of bliss is the number 17, our expression out into society. So, oh, I don't know where I was going with this. Yeah, so there you go. There's the word happy. Is your head hurting now? I think mine is.